Good afternoon. This is my final for rehearsal techniques in December 2012 of MEC2. My 3 class teach goals were to 1. Draw attention to the target, 2. Give specific positive feedback or bring attention to improvement, and 3. To have more student independence and starting note confidence. My first goal is to state and draw attention to target. In this next video we're going to watch, I'm teaching the song Evening Bells, and you can hear me tell the class to go through the song on TAs and TTs, which I now know I should do counts, but in the video I do not tell the class why we're doing this. I don't tell them why we're chanting on TAs and TTs. One thing I would have changed is to tell them that we are doing that because we want to learn the rhythm, and that would be drawing attention to the target. All right, I want you to sing this on TAs and TTs all the way through at this speed. 1, those evening bells. Ready, go. Ta 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 ta, ti ti ta ta, ti ti ta ta, ti ti ta ta, ti ti ta. So you can see I didn't tell them why we were chanting on TAs and TTs. And in the next video we are going to watch from Class Teach 4, I am teaching a recorder 2-part piece, and I am working on the fingerings for high D and high E. In this next video, I bring attention to the target by saying what exactly we should be working on, which is the fingering. I also give them the reason why we are doing it, which is that it is in the recorder 1 part, as to have students engaged and know the reasoning. Yeah, nice job. Now we gotta play the high D and high E for the recorder 1 part. So if you know your fingerings for high D and high E, then we're gonna start low C, go all the way up to high E, and then come all the way back down. Do we all know high D and high E? If not, totally fine. So you can see in that video, I bring attention to the target by saying what exactly we should be working on, and then I also mention that it is in the recorder 1 part, which is the reasoning behind doing what we're doing. My second goal is to give positive feedback or bring attention to the improvements the students make.
Evening bells, those evening bells, how many tales their music tells.
Nice job. Let's start at number 3 again. The words are those ringing, jingling evening bells. So in that previous video we just watched from my evening bells round, we were having issues learning the words, and in the video you can hear me say those ringing, jingling evening bells after telling them good job. However, this isn't specific positive feedback. What I would have done, looking back, is said, we're not 100% on the words, let's go back and take a look, and then modeled the correct words for them and given positive feedback like, great job getting the words right this time, after they fixed it. Everyone tune to Faith. Yeah, good job. Okay, start. So in that video, I bring attention to the improvement the students make. They are playing a high E that is out of tune, and I tell them to tune to Faith. After they improve, I make sure to tell them great job and notice the improvement they made on their pitch and fingerings. My third goal was for more student independence and to have more starting note confidence.
Those evening bells, how many tales their music tells, of youth and home and sweet time, when first we heard their soothing chime.
So in that video, you can hear that in the round, the second group did not feel comfortable coming in on their part, and they had no idea what their starting note was. If I were to go back, I would have played on the piano their starting pitch and told the entire class to sing that note with me, and I would verbally say, that is your starting note when you come in, and then students would probably feel more comfortable coming in on the correct pitch. Slurs, you're not tonguing on those. Starting note is G. 1, 2, 3, ready, go. So in my video from the recorder piece we just watched, you can hear that I played on the piano their starting note, verbally told them that was their starting note, and they all fingered the correct starting note. That way, when they first started, the note was all in unison and fairly in tune. When the parts split, they were able to stay together because they weren't thrown off from the very beginning. My specific achievable goal for Music Education Curriculum 3 is to only give positive feedback when warranted. Often, I would catch myself saying, "Good job," right after they'd fallen apart. I don't need to say that. I can simply move on and just give them a directive on where to start next, rather than saying, "Amazing," after they had messed up or fallen apart. That creates distrust, and if you can make mistakes funny and real by saying something like, "Ooh, let's try that again," or "Hold on, take a look at that," it creates a raw, honest, low stakes, more educational learning space. Students aren't afraid to recognize when mistakes are made because I myself, as the teacher, am not. This is also good because it will help students to know that when they make a mistake and I acknowledge it in that way, I'm not mad or angry at them. They won't be offended when I say something about their mistake because they know that's how I am. Thank you for watching my final presentation.